You want to be there, I want to be there. So it is a conflicting situation.
Exactly.
So when you see that things are not going your way, then you are likely to cry out a foul, cry foul.
All right.
And that's why we saw our friend and brother Dino doing it in Abuja. And it's normal, it's part of the game.
All right.
So Nigeria is not doing badly, and I believe Nigeria is showing the world that we are coming of age. But there are so many other things that confer legitimacy on a nation state to say that it's a big brother. I mean, it's the giant of Africa. And yes, I hope we will get there.
Yes,
the economy, the military might, and also the resources we have, and the prosperity we enjoy will determine all those.
Okay. Well, perhaps you want to react to some of the submission. Can we have a perfect election in the country? You can react to that one shortly because I still have questions for you.
I think when we look at elections in this country, for me, I would say what we had on Saturday wasn't too bad. It wasn't. And there's this principle of substantial compliance.
Okay.
That if we look at the overall, for instance, if you have an election in Oshuna, and there was just 2 incidents reported, that election has met that principle of substantial compliance. So, if we are looking for a solution, we are giving even the environment that we operate or find ourselves, we are looking at an election that will deliver everything. It's not even possible in the US that will.
So there's always room for improvement.
Yes, you keep on, and I give it to an.
All right.
They've done very well.
All right, let us examine the speech made by the president-elect. His acceptance speech, and the one in his address after he received his certificate of return. Is a political competition to give way to reconciliation, message for inclusive governance, while also extending hands of fellowship to co-contestants in that electoral contest. How magnanimous is he in victory?
Everywhere in the world, when you talk about power contestation, it's always like this. Because we have just 1 seat for the president. And when you see maybe 8 or more contestants, you see that aggressiveness there. So it is the person that has done his own work well. I was discussing with somebody else and he said, in this case, politics is more of calculations, more of mathematics. That if you don't do your due diligence very well and you wait until you just get crashed and you say you must win, that it won't happen. It won't, because it presupposes that you must have made some connections here and there. You must have established links here and there that you can build on, that can service you on a day like that. And that's why politicians look at election period as payback time for them.
Okay.
You know, they always say, okay, they are doing this, doing that, so that when they come to the electors, they can vote for them. So it's not something that we can say, okay, because some people believe in me, they must vote for me. It doesn't really work out that way. Because I could see that a lot of people who are obedient, who call themselves, who belong to that group, feel so much bad, they feel shortchanged. And the thing is, because some of these things, when you look at it, is something that propels people to the point of being occultic, that you are so attached emotionally. When we look at the moment Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu was announced as president-elect, the election, you can see the kind of passion, the kind of emotions here and there. Even online, I saw one lady. She was even saying that if Ashwaju wins the election, she won't talk to God again. That she won't talk to God.
That's her problem.
I felt,
That's how go and jump to Satan.
what is if Obi is your dad? These people, they see it as a game. Those people
How
are.
can she say she will not hit again?
So you see that the level of, and you won't blame them, because politicians have a way of communication.
It's passion.
You know, they draw people to them. They become more of a demigod, so to say, so that they won't even listen to anything rational that says, no, this is why this man cannot win. So the post-election thing now, is we are able to see the trauma. Because those people are passing through trauma. They believe that the election will be a walkover for them.
All right.
But it's not.
Okay, thank you. Today, in addition, like I said, the president-elect even charged the youths. He told them, he said, I've heard you loud and clear. He knew what is their challenges and their demands. While also extending olive branch to them in the task of building the nation, as well as other contestants, presidential candidates. What is your take?
Well, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is a very good person when it comes to human relations. He relates well, forgives, he doesn't keep malice. When you offend him, you abuse him, he will not look there. And there's one I take from Molayemi, and that's very serious, that he is perhaps the first president that has really prepared himself for the job over the years. And he has no choice. He has to beckon at Atiku and Obi, and the other man in the north, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, for their cooperation. Because when it comes like this, what is normally done is to seek the cooperation of those that have lost in any contest like this. So that is in order. Talking about the youth, yes, as well as you would have known what the youth did in the last election. Obi main backers were the Nigerian youth. And there is a reason for their solidarity with them. To the extent that, as Yemi said, somebody was saying he will not talk to God again. I wonder whether Obi will now be talking to God having lost, or if he finally loses out. So the Nigerian youth are yearning for better days. The future appeared in recent years as bleak for several of them.
All right.
If you see the human traffic in the airports last year and year before, people going abroad, to do what?
Just
to seek greener pastures, doing many jobs. So I believe that as a father and as somebody that is very, very close to the masses, we should do something.
All right.
For the youth.
Thank you. We proceed to the second topic. Presidential poll. Upsets as political bigwigs and leaders lose strongholds. On this, we see in Lagos that the ruling party, or let me say the Aswaju, the APC presidential candidate, lost to opposition. The same scenario is experienced with some other contestants in Osun. But let's look at some other states now. In Cross River State, there is the Ben Ayade. Because it is not only the presidential candidates that lost, even other political bigwigs also lost. Let's look at the Cross River. Ben Ayade from the APC, he lost to opposition party. I don't want to mention the names of parties so much. I mean, the opposition party who won. Benue in Benue State. We have
Let's do it this way.
Samuel Otto. I want to mention two. And
no, don't worry. The election threw up major shocks
yes.
and upsets. That's rightly
Okay,
said.
what is your observations?
You see, and that is part of the beauty of it. It's like Nigerians have made up their mind that once you are a governor,
Okay.
the upper chamber of the National Assembly is not an automatic place for you to go. You understand?
Okay.
Ben Ayade of Cross River State,
Yes.
Samuel Otom, Benue.
Benue.
Let me go through it. Okeze Ipiasu, Abia.
Abia.
Ifeanyi Ogwasi of Enugu.
Yes.
Those are the tasted wages of political betrayal. Those members of the G5. The governor of Benue, Abia, and Enugu. The three of them, they lost. Now, the APC Presidential Campaign Council Chairman, Samuel Lalong of Plateau State, lost to their Vice Marshal Bali Napoleon. Now, Darius Isaac of Taraba State lost.
Okay.
So, in fact, seriously,
What are the factors that
Vice Presidential candidate of PDP,
Okay.
Ifeanyi Okowa, was suffocated by the Labour Party in Delta State. So you can see that Nigerians are no, then you can't just be having elections, and that is what part of what we should celebrate in the outcome of the recent election. That look at Osun, for instance. Yes, all PDP affairs, 3 senatorial senators, 9 reps. But look at the margin between Atiku and Asiwaju. Just 10,000 votes difference. People who are considerate enough to say, like, this man is our own, let us vote for him. At least up to a certain level. But at the same time, they will reason the need for them to consolidate on the electoral gains of the last gubernatorial election. You understand? That's how I see it, personally. So it's like people are getting wiser. And don't let me deceive you. These are products of education and technology, social media, messages. The youth, they can reason. As I said earlier, we don't want this person for social reasons.
Okay.
They have their reasons. So it is only probably because the APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu was able to organize himself better. He was more calculative. Probably, working on realities. Get this there, if I can get that there, if I can get this there. And of course, they could have studied the situation and so that Obi may not go beyond this point. So, in Kaduna State, I don't think the outspoken governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, was able to prove to the world that he was as popular as he made us to believe. In Kano State, Ganduji lost election. As a matter of fact, the chairman of APC lost his local government in Nasarawa State. And we have one unknown party, relatively unknown, YPP, one Senate seat. That is telling you that elections in Nigeria are becoming something sophisticated. You look at it, you have to work, you have to value what the people will do for you. It's not gone are the days when people will just queue behind you because you belong to one political party. So if governors, see how are the mighty falling, governors of a state, then now contesting a senatorial seat in his own state, and he will have to lose. The governor, the governor of the chairman of the Nigeria Governors, Progressive Governors Forum, lost in Kebbi, Atiku Bagudu, are rigged or this or that, then these are things you reflect on and you will say, how come? How come that? How come that? But I'm not saying they know what they have seen. I don't assume that somebody is stupid. The PDP and the Labour Party could have seen certain things that we are yet to see. But what we are made to believe, what we have seen, and what we know, we can say that the last Saturday election was averagely a reflection of the new Nigeria people are dreaming about.
Thank you. Wale, many political bigwigs lost in their territory, in their comfort zones. What is your take? What factors could be deduced for that? Examine what is happening in, we know in Kaduna, sometimes the governor sacked the teachers. Could that be one of the factors and other places? It's not only in Kaduna.
Oh, so many factors. One, the issue of people not having the cash to distribute at very close to the polling unit. That is one. Two, even at that, they didn't tell me. I saw a situation whereby they were calling people and transferring money to them. So it's still a fact, but it wasn't as serious as the way it used to be. But they just call you want to vote for us, 5,000, 10,000. But that, there was no room for that.
It means food buying is not very easy to...
It wasn't that. So people say, even if they say they want to transfer, maybe it may not even be true. Let me just vote for. And one particular thing that was striking about the election was that people were able to identify who they wanted to vote for, maybe for the presidency, then for the senators, and for members of the House of Reps. Yeah. So that one was a very fine one. When you see that result, you say, it shows that our the electorates are getting sophisticated. They are now knowing that okay, our power, that thumb print, that paper is power. That's my power to say I want. I think maybe in Niger or the Federal Capital Territory, an Okada rider won a seat in the House of Reps.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there were so many money to throw around, that wouldn't be possible because you won't have the money to give anybody. And the NSAS was a rude awakening, particularly for the youth. So we have this kind of power. So they are now looking at ways to change that political demography. That okay, we want to show them. They say we don't have structure, we don't have this. We are the structure. So that was then we have the serious influence of religion on this last Saturday election. Because a lot of people have built up in their mind that because of this Muslim ticket, I will never vote for the APC. And for somebody like that, there's no kind of inducement that you can give him or her. He has made up his mind that where I voted, I saw a guy who was telling me that because he's a Yoruba man, he would have loved to vote for Asiwaju, but as a young person, that he would rather not use that, that he won't vote in the presidency or do a vote that will be voided. I said that there's no reason for that. He said he doesn't want to even, like, cannot vote for Obi or any Kwankwanso or that's initially because of the NSAS, what happened in Lagos, and a sort of so many complaints here and there. So it's not as if it was just because people just wake up one day and say, this is what we want to do. A lot of things had happened and people were fully prepared to express their minds with their votes. Okay. And that was what happened.
Okay, let's look at the voting pattern. Um, some people are of the opinion that is along the ethnic or religious line. What's your view? Is the voting, is it along ethnic line or religion?
When we let's shift to the southeast.
Okay.
The kind of results that we got was somehow, let me use the word shocking in quotes. Because probably for the first time in the southeast, you get that kind of result. Particularly since 1999, there used to be a situation whereby maybe the PDP will get this, some other parties. In fact, there was no room. It was very, the result from the southeast was so much suffocating for the other parties. Because you see where they were recording over 90% of the votes. So there's no, it's so clear that Obi got those.
Okay, because of our time.
Because he's an able man. So people
would have trashed the issue more than that. But what's your advice to Nigerians regarding to the voting pattern? Should it be?
I don't. You see, there are so many variables that you have to connect. Wike and Co. disagreed with Atiku on the basis that the presidency must come to the south.
Okay.
So you can see Southerners voting for Southern candidates.
Okay.
But where Atiku was popular, people still voted him.
Yeah.
So the Igbos, it is, we should know, we shouldn't deceive ourselves. They want to be president badly. And now, having somebody like Obi, then they have to support him.
At least for the president to have the
if not for the cosmopolitan nature of Lagos. And of course,
all right, our time is fast.
But Tinubu also cleared the result in the southwest.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Let me start with Wale on the election is not a war. What's your take? Your submission on that? Wale.
I think the truth of the matter is, for an average Nigerian politician,
okay,
election is war. That's the truth. Now, what I can deduce now is that because of so many introduction of so many things, technology, the ANEC has been trying to ensure that, incidents of people hijacking ballot boxes and shooting people and doing all sorts of things during elections, that they've been trying to discourage it. Because if you know that if I snatch ballot box, it won't add any value to my candidate, you won't go for it. But there are still room for for improvement, because in the last election, some people, you see them moving to areas whereby their candidate is not strong, hijacking ballot boxes, because they know that invariably those votes will be cancelled. But maybe going forward, if you can just walk, you walk in Osbc now, you can just walk in front of something like the teller machine, what do they call it now?
Telephone tower.
Where you go and collect money.
The ATM machine.
The ATM and vote. So nobody will, even if you go there, you can't damage the ATM because the voting point, the security people will not let that happen.
Exactly.
So maybe when we have voters present like that, we will now see that politicians will take the electorate more serious, because they know that if I want to come back, I must not just demonstrate capacity. I must have done so many things that people will say, okay, let's send this man back. So it won't be a situation of, okay, because this is where let him go. Send him there, but the electorate will do the verdict is with the electorate. They won't say you should not bring anybody. If they assess the person and say, no, this one is not good for us. And another issue with democracy is that most times the best candidates may not win. It's also a combination of so many factors. Some people will say, even that, particularly within our own system now, don't mind that government. It doesn't even dance. It doesn't even, a lot of things that, when particularly within the masses, if the perception matters most, if they perceive in a certain particular way, there's somebody that can, preach it may not even be really about whether you have performed in office or not. That's another ballgame entirely here when we talk about politics or election. You cannot really rely on the quantum of work that you have done, how you have impacted on society. But
right.
Going forward, things will continue to change.
Thank you very much. Today, why election should not be a war?
There is what we call misnomer, the misuse of language. War is destructive totally. What you call war is different from conflict. Conflict is just pointing to misunderstanding and disagreement. That if it is properly managed, what you get is progress, peace and development after conflict. If conflict is limited to the level of conflict, if it does not escalate to violence,